Welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday show. I am your host, Luci McMonagle. Women are recreating the rules for business, leadership, money, and they are changing the world in the process. Each week, join me for empowering messages and interviews that will inspire, motivate, and transform you. Giving a special shout out to Gordon Weary for creating the custom music that you are listening to now. Now, let's get started. Hey, this is Luci McMonagle. I am so excited today. Ladies, you're going to love this, absolutely love this, because we're going to be talking about lipstick that lasts for up to 18 hours. That is non-toxic. If you've been following me for a while, you know I really like natural, wholesome, healthy cosmetics and pure water and also pure air. And today we're going to be talking to Alan, who has been working in the hair and makeup industry for over 40 years. Now, I know he looks really, really young, ladies, but really, he's been there for over 40 years. And it's because he's been working with these incredible products that makes him look like he's in his 20s.
Cool.
So he's from the small town in Texas. He made his way as the youngest teacher in beauty schools for Matrix, all the way up to the consulting the top stylists of Hollywood. Ladies, we have a Hollywood incredible, exuberant person. Alan, I want to welcome you to the Wealthy Wednesday show, and I'd like you to tell us a little bit about you, how you got into this field, and what you're looking forward to do.
Wonderful introduction. I'm so excited to be on the show with you and to be partnering with your listeners. You know, as you said, I started very young, so 4 years, but I really started when I was 6 years old doing my grandmother's hair and makeup with my other sister, and I just knew I was never going to be a doctor or anything like that because I couldn't stand the sight of blood or injury. And my grandmother is a nurse at that time, and she was on the 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock shift. So I would help get her dressed after lunch and starch her nurse's cap way back in the old days when they wore nurse's caps and white shoes. I'd polish those up for her, and then I started doing her hair, and my other sister started doing her makeup, and we got excited about that because we said, if we can't save anyone's lives, at least we can help those saving lives by looking fantastic when they're saving those lives. So that's how we got started. And we've just had a passion ever since. My sister Cheryl and I have gone on through the industry, as you said, for many, many years, teaching with some of the major manufacturers, introducing some great products that you've probably already used before, or at least heard of, from Matrix, from Système Biolage, Vavoom, all those great products. And what happened in the 90s is, as I was working in those areas, I started to get a disease on my hands that really jeopardized my career. I was a stage teacher, so I was in front of audiences from 200 to 20,000 people at a time, and as they could see my hands bleeding on the stage from the chemicals that were eating them alive, we looked at each other and said, I've got to do something. We've got to find a way to perform at great levels for hair and makeup with no chemicals. So in an overeating frenzy one evening, we're closet overeaters, so I'm outing myself to you guys. If you see me overeating somewhere, kind of, wake me up. We were overeating one evening and we said, wow, wouldn't it be great if we could feed hair and skin the way we feed our pie holes?
Yes.
That began the beginning of our company, which is Bella Genza Natural Hair Care. And that has forwarded us and catapulted us through the red carpet arena. So we've been brought in by the celebrity stylists to their A-listers, and we got excited about working with them, and they got excited about our products because their hair was looking fantastic. And we kept looking, how could we satisfy that same kind of thing with hair and makeup? And so we've been scouring for a long time. Recently, a client came into our salon, and she was very, very excited about this lip color that was waterproof. And I love her dearly, and she's just a comedic woman. But the moment I heard it was one of those pyramid scheme things, I just got turned off completely. And then when I grabbed one of the tubes that she had and I looked at the ingredients and I just kind of went, that just looks like a bunch of greenwashing to me. So I turned to my sister Cheryl, who's got a chemistry and pharmaceutical background. I said, would you please work with me on and tell me, how safe is this waterproof lipstick that this client is telling us about? And when she showed me, we really went after it. We really looked and to find out, how does this compare with conventional lip colors? How does this compare with new lip stains that are out there? How does this compare with the top brands that are being used? Everybody knows MAC Cosmetics, and when you walk into Hollywood, there's going to be something in that makeup artist's case that's made by MAC, as well as so many others. There's so many great products out there. Nevertheless, we were very, very concerned with that. We realized no one really ever loses their lip color onto their blouses. It never falls off. It either ends up on that taco or on the wrap or on the sandwich, and everybody kind of looks at it and goes, oh, that's disgusting, but you eat it anyway. If you're not eating it off your food, where does it go during the day? Licking your lips on your straw, it does get down everyone's pie hole, so to speak, and that's very dangerous. There's also a background of what kind of dye lots are being used in hair colors and lip colors and makeup colors that we were very concerned with. And we said, how does this compare? And the big fat difference, the big major difference that we saw was that because these lip colors adhere to the lips, they have to be removed with a special remover called OOPS that the company provides. And so that really, really satisfied a huge problem for us immediately. Yes, maybe those colors may still be a bit toxic in their creation, but because they adhere to the lips and have to be removed, or if they do flake off in any way, shape, or form, the molecular structure is too large for the body to absorb, unlike the waxy-based crayon-like lipsticks that are the conventional lipsticks that we're accustomed to. So we've been pouring in deeper and deeper with this company. We've been looking deeper and deeper, and they continue to as well, because they have put in so many great botanicals and moisturizing agents and healing agents for the skin that we're stunned with how our clients, our celebrities, and real people are noticing their lips are getting healthier. They're noticing their skin is getting healthier from the skincare, from the makeups, better protection from the sun, sunscreens that are so good for keeping away all of the damaging UVA, UVB rays. So we're just seeing improvements all over. So that's kind of the backstory of how we kind of came from a 6-year-old set of kids to aged, we won't say that number, brother and sister team doing hair and makeup, and really looking towards doing the finest we possibly can do with the finest products in the safest way possible.
Wow. Wow. And you are absolutely dedicated with nasty-free goodies and goodness, and also taking the responsibility. I mean, you're taking this to Hollywood because you work in the Hollywood field, and you're also helping individuals who might not be in Hollywood be able to really be educated. So you mentioned a little bit about, when we lick our lips or when we get our lipstick on the food, and I remember all my life trying to find the perfect lipstick that did not come off when I wiped my lips, or I was eating and it didn't get on my glasses, and even if you got it on your glasses, you put in the dishwasher and it'd still be stuck on the glasses the next day, and then you have to it was a nightmare. So, but the chemicals in it was even more of a nightmare than just having it all over the place. Can you tell us a little bit, can you educate us a little bit on the lipsticks and the lip stains, and how harmful are they?
Well, it's hard to really know. There's the FDA and the powers that be in Europe, for example. We all introduce different kinds of coloring agents, food colorings, to the most toxic of dye lots that are used or dye chemicals that are used to make fabrics and carpeting. And a lot of them come straight out of India. They're derivatives usually of petroleum and coal and different things like this. So I remember when I was a kid in the 70s, there was this big controversy about red dye number 11, I believe it was, and then they came up with red dye number 12, and then red dye number 13. So there's a bunch of numbers. It's iterations of colors. And so the manufacturers that make hair color and cosmetics buy these dyes. And these dyes are put in and applied in different ways. And the reason that they change so often is the corporate side, the company says, oh, it's because we have a new fashion. We need to have these brighter reds or these oranges or these more muted tones. But the truth of it is those dyes have been found to be possibly carcinogenic. And
Oh,
there's like a 12, I believe it's a 12-year window that kind of allows for us to use those without any FDA backlash, because the research is not certain if it is or isn't carcinogenic or
mm.
damaging or dangerous. So rather than wait for that to come down the pike and say, oh, Mr. Clairol, you've been using this particular carcinogenic compound since 1972. We're going to sue you for all those people that have blah-blah-blah disease because of that chemical. No, that got eliminated probably 12 years after that. So by 1984, that wasn't even being used anymore because we had a new fashion. So it's a masterful game of greenwashing. And I get a lot of backlash from a lot of different companies, a lot of different, we've had those men in black suits with the black glasses kind of people come after us on several occasions to investigate, why are you talking about silicone free, which is now the buzzword, but we're the ones who came up with that and said this shall not be used in products anymore because silicone is a derivative that is not compatible with the human body necessarily. It's absorbed in very strange ways. It's not good for us. So we stood up and said, we're going to do something about it. We didn't badmouth it. We just said, we're going to make it silicone free. It's going to perform because it's made out of food ingredients that are compatible with the human body. So back to the dye lots, to those dye chemicals, we wanted to, we can't be certain that every color molecule that is in the hair colors that we're using today and the shampoos and conditioners that are being made today, we can't say yes or no that they're certainly carcinogenic. Nobody's really going to do all the studies because it's very, very expensive. We'll just phase them out and bring in a new set. So that's the real thing. I remember back in the 90s, I believe it was when I first learned about this, because I worked right there in the labs as a test stylist. So what I found out was that they would just phase them out before we found out if they really were good or bad. We called it fashion. And so it's possible. It's possible that's the same here. I don't know, but what I do know is that this is the safest application method. So if you're going to have those dye molecules in a suspension or a wax base or anything, you want to make sure it's got something around it that makes it too large to go into the digestive system and be absorbed by the human body. You know, the little education on the how things get absorbed is it really has to be molecularly small, and the easiest way to understand that is that's why fiber goes through the body. It's just too big. It's just too big to get absorbed, so it has to pass through. And it's a little more graphic than maybe we wanted to think about right now. But when this gets on the lips, and let's say it does flake off in the first couple of applications because your lips are not holding it on yet because of the barriers in the way, which we'll talk about later, then maybe it's passing through just like fiber. So there's no real concern with you absorbing it. It's just passing through. So that's much better than the waxy-based ones. Now, the waxy-based ones today, a lot of them are made with coconut oil. Well, guess what? Coconut oil, last I checked, is very digestible. It's very absorbable in the human body. In fact, it's touted as one of the most healthy oils that you could use. So it stands to reason that if I've got a coconut-based oil and I put carcinogenic colorings in it, it's probably going to get absorbed in that suspension, in that kind of waxy base. Suspension may not be the right word because, well, anyway, chemically, Cheryl would have to tell me what that exactly is. But in that kind of formulation, there we go, in that kind of formulation, I think, in my honest opinion, that is more dangerous to take a chance with. Plus, give me a break. Wax-based stuffs are oily looking. They're smeared. They get on your teeth. We just did a wedding recently. We told them to use lip sense. They didn't. Looked over, a bridesmaid was flicking the dress of the bride on beautiful white tulle fabric, and the other bridesmaid was reaching down to get something, and as she flicked it right into the girl's lipstick, and guess what? There was red lipstick all over the bride's gown 10 minutes before the wedding. Tell me that wasn't a disaster that day.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. And that's very painful. And for lip sense, it's a lot safer because it's not digestible. If it actually flakes off your lips and it doesn't get stuck on your lip, on your skin, if you accidentally wipe off, it doesn't get stuck on the napkins, it doesn't get stuck on the food. That is fabulous.
On husbands or boyfriends either. Or
yes, on husbands or boyfriends either. I bet you they'll really love you for that, won't they?
When we do conventions and shows and different things, we have a lot of men dragging their ladies over saying, honey, this. We never ask if that's really their wives or their girlfriends. So don't get me to lying, because we don't tell all stories here on the show.
No, absolutely not. That's true. And lip sense actually has a way that you can pick your color according to your personality and to customize it. Can you tell us a little bit on how would I pick a color to customize to my personality?
Well, everybody usually has that go-to color that they love, and that's really where we start. We love people to go with what's that go-to thing? And I've had people say, oh, I want hooker red right now. That's my personality, that's my go-to. So we start out with that question. The other thing too is that even though in fact, I have my stripes on right here. I'll give you a little close-up here. I was working with a lady just yesterday.
Oh, yeah, stripes.
She loved this color. And when she put it on her lips, even though it was the same color, you could put my hand against her lips with that color, and it was completely different. There's something about the chemistry about this. In fact, when you go to the website, the Senegence website, and of course, people will want to know probably at this point, how do I get my hands on some of this? Let me go look. To go shopping, you will want to go to www.senegence.com, and it'll have a tab at the top that'll say shop, and you'll click on that and you'll put in the number 431122, and that links it into your organization so that we can be alerted that you're shopping, that you need some help possibly, and we'll give you more information on how to contact us directly to work with you. But this way, you can see some of the other colors, and in a lot of the pictures you'll see on Facebook, you'll see posted all over the place. There's a chart now that they're doing that has 36 sets of lips, and each one of them has the same color, but it's different people showing the same color in those pictures.
Oh, that's a better chart. I haven't seen that chart yet.
Yeah, tell me, Lucy, what color are you wearing today?
I'm wearing Fly Girl.
Fly Girl. See, now, and remember when I asked what's your go-to, you gravitated to that immediately. I kind of knew that because your spicy personality. That Fly Girl is just amazing as a red, which anyone who loves red, I think the biggest problem is that you want a perfect line, which you always get a perfect line.
Yes.
It stays. It never gets on your teeth. It never gets on your clothing. It never gets on your Starbucks cup or your water bottle or anything, or your wine glass, whatever your beverage of choice is. And of course, Lucy, your personality is Fly Girl immediately. Now, let's suppose that I used Fly Girl. It wouldn't look the same on me because of my skin tones, because of my chemistry. There's something that happens. In fact, we had someone recently who sampled us at a 2-day show, and she sampled it on her hand like a stripe. And she came back the next day. She says, I want to do this one. And I said, can you remind me what color that is? Because I asked people to remember the color. And she says, oh, I'm pretty sure it's this one. And we looked at it and put another stripe on it. It was completely different because it cured into her skin and onto her skin over that 24-hour period. And it changed and morphed into her coloring. So it's really, even though you may pick a color that is the go-to, it's going to morph into almost every single time a more beautiful color than one could imagine, because it seems to become part of that person's personality. The truth of it is, in my opinion, is it's really a matter of chemistry. The difference between this lip color and others is it actually adheres to the top layer of skin. Now,
Mhm.
skin has a respiration factor that means it exfoliates, and whatever is building at the bottom level then comes up over a 21-day period. So the same thing with your lips is today's lip was that layer of skin was built about 21 days ago in the subcutaneous layer, or not the in the epidermal layers, whatever they call them. So
Mhm.
that begins working its way up. If you start using lip sense today, you're putting it on top of the latest piece of skin, which
Mhm.
also may have embedded in it waxes from other products, chapsticks, Carmex, um, and foods. There are certain foods that adhere to the lips. You know, when you eat greasy foods, you feel the greasy residue for a while, others more
Mhm.
than some. So what happens is that color is interacting with that top layer of skin, which may not be the healthiest, which may be embedded with waxes or other oils. And when that gets cleared away over that first 21 days, which some people say, oh, my lips got dry, or I didn't want to keep going because they chapped up a little bit, not a problem. Just go the 21 days consistently. And what we tell people to do is rather than use the color alone, uh, rather than taking the color off and just going to bed or putting chapstick, is put the gloss on overnight and go to bed with gloss on. And that way, when you wake up in the morning, you have a fresh set of lips to work with, and the exfoliation continues, and you get to a better adherence of the product onto the lips.
Wow. Wow. And that's really important to understand is when you first start using this new product, your lips might get a little bit drier, but you just keep using it and you use the lip gloss at night. And I believe this company also has a moisturizer for lips.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to show you just the glossy gloss itself.
Oh, I love the glossy gloss.
It's
Yes.
amazing. Now,
That's
this is
nice.
also you brought up something else, or hear something else in what you're bringing up, is using
Mm.
the gloss on a regular basis. That's all that really will come off your lips. So that part you will eat. Again, it's molecularly very large, so you're not absorbing anything out of this. You're also
Mhm.
putting on some St. John's wort, a couple other botanicals I can't think of off the top of my head. Very moisturizing to the lips. So in that first 21 days, it's not so much about it makes your skin dry or makes your lips dry. It's actually allowing that crusty layer that's been packed on with chapstick or wax to peel off. So it's
Mm.
actually revealing your natural lips. Now, I'll tell you this for a fact. I've been a musician also when I was since I was 9 years old playing woodwinds. And if anybody's ever been a musician, you know that from time to time you'll end up with chapped lips. I was kind of a perpetual chapped lip person, and even in my adulthood. So it's not until I started using lip sense that I still reach out and feel my lips or will lick my lips, and I'm still shocked at how great they feel. Can you tell I'm excited about these products?
Wow. Well, so you personally, as a male, you use the lip gloss.
I no, I don't actually. I actually use just the lip sense. I use one of two colors, and I'm not going to tell you that I absolutely use the colors, but if I were to tell you apple cider is what I might be wearing right now, I'm not saying I am, because you probably cannot even see it. I know you probably can't on film.
Wow.
This is amazing. You know, I'm of that age that my lips were turning gray, where I don't know what that is
Okay.
about, but you know, old people get gray lips. I think a lot of them. I'm of that genetic makeup, so
Mhm.
I was not okay with that. I was just about to ask one of our, well, the top makeup artist in Hollywood. I was about to ask her, what color do you use on the guys on that show? And I'm not going to mention that show because I don't want you to know that they wear lipstick too, because they're macho men. And before I asked her, I got introduced to these, and we looked. And I said, Cheryl, which one do you think? And she said, apple cider. She knows the colors like the back of her hand. Apple cider, and top it with icicle, which is a clear. So there's a
Mm.
clear one. And so my lips are a result of
Wow.
actual lip sense. not a result of the gloss, because I don't want glossy lips. I don't want to look like I was,
That's that would make sense. That would make sense, Ellen.
By the way, there is a matte gloss, but a lot of people report that the matte gloss is not as moisturizing as a feeling. So people like
Mm,
that juicy feeling from the glossy gloss. You don't get it from the matte, obviously, because it's matte. I don't even want to feel that stuff. I don't want to feel stuff on my lips. I am not a drag queen. I'm not a female impersonator. I don't need that. But from time to time, I'm on camera. I need to make sure that I don't have gray lips. And if you see me in person, you'll be startled. You'll be startled because you won't know. Of course,
yes.
everybody on the show, when you see me in the streets, you're going to go, ah, apple cider. I'm going to lie right in your face. I'm going to say no because I don't want anybody to know.
I in that I have met you in person. I did not know.
Oh,
I
that's the magic of makeup. When you know what you're doing
yes.
and you've got excellent products to work with, you know your tools, then you can do extraordinary things. That's how it is in Hollywood. You see these fellows and you just think they're that handsome. They are that handsome when they're touched up, just like any other lady. So,
Mm,
but the point is I used it for, I just wanted to pop the color, and then after 3 or 4 days, I noticed my skin was feeling so awesome. I mean, and also, uh, Lucy, I was with you in Phoenix. Uh,
mhm.
I've come from a very humid environment and still had chapped
Yes.
lips. When I go to the desert, my lips turn to what I used to call coconut flake donuts. And I just got back from that trip, having met you there in Phoenix, and I've been in the desert ever since. I just got back here in Houston 2 days ago, and I've had absolutely no chapping, no dryness, no concern whatsoever. And also, I was in the sun terribly, got a little sunburn, but my lips didn't.
Wow. Well, that's pretty amazing. That's really amazing. And to be able to not even, I mean, to be right next, we were standing just talking distance, talking to one another face to face. I never even knew. And I'm pretty good at spotting certain things, but not with you. So this is really excellent for individuals who they totally straight, macho men, regular guys, but their lips are getting that gray color from age. So this really is good for them. And ladies, woohoo!
Right?
It's it's really good for your lips. Can you imagine having that nice, soft, plump feeling on your lips after you get rid of all that waxy stuff from the 21 days that's buried deep inside the dermis of your skin? And then have that beautiful color come out because this adheres to your skin and it actually matches that. And I've noticed that some of the colors that we checked on my skin, they looked gorgeous on yours, and on mine it was like it didn't have that color. And the Fly Girl, it's
Popped.
more out.
Right.
And I've actually had many people just look at me since I've gotten lipstick and say, "Oh my gosh, your lips are gorgeous." I mean, just total strangers at the grocery store, and I'm like, lip sense.
Yeah, people love looking at it as much as you love wearing it. And let me tell you, we run across people who say, I just don't want to wear anything because it's too much trouble, is usually the background conversation. It's not expense,
Yes.
which, oh, by the way, each one of these tubes of color lasts about as long as 4 conventional tubes. And I don't care what expensive kind you're talking about or cheapies that you're talking about 4 tubes worth. And but the real issue is that people typically don't wear it because they put it on in the morning, and by the time they get in the car, having had breakfast, a cup of coffee, running, the telephone hits it. You either look like a mess or you look like you never put it on. Who's got time to bother with this high-paced living that we're doing today? Or even if we have some ladies of leisure who just sit at the pool all day, guess what? It's waterproof. So when you come out of the pool, you look fantastic afterwards. You'll see pictures of Cheryl on Facebook where she water skis, and we all water ski. Our whole family does. But she will go on with Fly Girl or with Blue Red or with a subtle color, a lovely shade of precious topaz or something, and she'll get out of the water having skied and fallen and whatever else she does. No, she never falls, by the way. But the lips look fantastic. The makeup looks fantastic. We have not just lip colors, by the way. We've got everything from lash growth to waterproof mascaras to brow liners to waterproof bases, blushes, and also shadows. I wanted to back up real quick for the guys also. Those who are chapstick lovers, there is one that is just amazing. It's a tube called lip balm.
Lip
That
balm?
would be the
Yes.
matte type of version for those who already love chapstick. I'm telling you, chapstick just presses those cells back onto the skin. It really never moisturizes anything. It just traps everything on there. So don't be disillusioned by that. This is what you get for your husbands or your boyfriends or your sons. This is the one that they will keep in their pocket. And I have a friend who says, I know life is good if I have a tube of chapstick. I know life is awesome when I have 2 tubes of this in my pocket now.
Yes, exactly. And I have tubes of chapstick, had tubes of chapstick in every room in my house because living in the desert, my lips get really, really dry.
Yes.
And that's something, but when you really think about it, with those chemicals, even if they're the on petroleums or they all naturals, they still have that tint of color, and it just forces that color, that it forces the skin back into itself rather than having your natural exfoliating method.
Yes.
So your lips might not even look the same in 21 days. They'll be more beautiful because
Yes.
they'll be the natural color rather than the subdued color from using all of these other processes on your lips and on your skin too.
Yes. Earlier, you showed the chart of all the different colors. We have about 36
Yes.
new colors. And Synergist will introduce new colors in seasonal things. Recently, they just brought out 2 gorgeous new colors that are great for the end of summer. Probably won't be available in the next month or so. Nevertheless, the reason I mention those is because really this is for anyone. So whether you want to look as natural as possible, ladies, you want to look glamorous. You've seen celebrities like Angelina Jolie wearing blue red. You've seen, I'll think I'm really great with names. In fact, I changed my name because I couldn't remember it. My point is, I wanted to mention that when you do decide I want to try one of these colors, which I recommend highly everyone try one of these colors, because once you try, you'll see the difference immediately, as you did, Lucy.
Yes.
Then you can add to your wardrobe of lip colors. And now also, let's suppose you got 3 colors, and I'm just picking 3 at random here. That doesn't mean you just have 3 colors. Because it's layered on in a very, very particular way, it's not put on like crayon lipsticks. You don't put it on and smear it on. There's a particular way that you put it on. I'll show you a quick little chart of how we do it. It starts with lining the lip first.
Mm-hmm.
You line the lip first, as you see right here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you fill the lip. And the way you do it is in one motion. If you miss a spot, don't worry, because we're going to do 3 layers of that. Some ladies will even use 4, depending on how they're customizing their color. So again, you line the lip with the color you've chosen, fill it in. On the second layer, if you want to be, for example, precious topaz, then you would do 3 layers of that, let it dry in between, which only takes about 10 seconds. So line, fill, wait 10 seconds, line, fill, wait 10 seconds, fill, wait 10 seconds, then use gloss. And that locks it on and takes away the stickiness that you will feel. Also, in that first application, you'll probably feel a little bit of tingle. That is the antibacterial working to adhere that color to your lips, as well as to the obvious antibacterial to sanitize your lips, if you will. But now back to, I've chosen 3 random colors. So there you have, today you have precious topaz. Tomorrow, let's say you have fleur-de-lis, and the next day you have crimson red or caramel apple or whatever colors they are. Well, guess what? Because you're putting 3 layers doesn't mean you have to always put just 3 layers of one color. You can put this, number 1, this is your second layer, and go back and put this as your third layer. A completely different color for you.
Yes.
You could put precious topaz first, fleur-de-lis second, and then caramel apple third. A completely different color. You could reverse them, and you've got yet another customized color. My recommendation is keep a diary, because there are going to be days when you get compliments on that particular color, and you're going to say, what was that I did that morning? And next week, when you have put the outfit that looks similar, and you say, oh yeah, I got more compliments last Tuesday, I want that color again. You'll have a chart of what did you do, this, and this in that order, or these two in that order. Or so 3 colors gives you immense numbers of possibility. Also, there are glosses that come along with our collection, where we have glossy gloss, as we mentioned. We have matte gloss, gold gloss, silver gloss, opal gloss, bougainvillea gloss. Oh my God, it's one of my favorites. You know how bougainvillea does in the sun, where it's got that gorgeous pink with a blue undertone.
Oh wait, I think that's the color I got from you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm like, oh, I almost want to go through the screen. It's like, yes, I like that. It's like, oh wait, I do have that color.
You have it. See, I know. It's like, oh, I want another one. Oh, tell me about that one. But let me back up to the gloss, because we were talking about the health and the nourishment of the lips. You know, one of the best nourishing nutrients for your lips, ladies, is pure water. And a lot of people don't even drink water properly. They just drink it all day long. That's not the best, in my opinion. The best is when you drink your water on an empty stomach, and drink as much as you can to rehydrate. So you fill your stomach with water, let it flush through the system, reabsorb into the body, and get into your skin. The other thing is, while you're eating, while you're drinking, the only thing that will break down the colors are oils and fats. So if you're eating tacos or you're eating lobster with butter sauce, and you, guess what? That's going to start breaking down that color. So how do you keep that from happening while you're not just having a glamorous meal, say at a restaurant, lobster and butter sauce? Before you begin eating, you put a layer of glossy gloss or bougainvillea gloss, whatever gloss you love, over your lip color, and that acts as a barrier while you're eating. And that way you don't get so much of the oils onto the color to break it down. So those are the ways that break it down. The other thing too is that you will have to use can't put my hands on it at the moment, which is irrelevant. Oops. When you buy your first collection, you will need to buy a collection of a color, oops, and a gloss.
Yes.
The oops is for your benefit, because let's say you're in a hurry, and this may have already happened for you, Lucy. You're in a hurry and you just move. Maybe you should tell what happens.
So when you're in a hurry, you're not paying attention, and you're trying to make the line, but it's too thick. Then all of a sudden you have this one lip that's really big and this one lip that's really small. You can use the oops, and you just make it a perfect line. You just use it, and it just removes it perfectly, because it dries really fast.
Right. It's a great eraser. Oops is for your benefit. A lot of people say, oh, I just want the color of the gloss. No, just plunk down the $60, because that's what the first collection costs. It's worth it. You probably will never buy another oops for years, because you're going to get so good at it. And it's and a lot of women, a lot of women tell me, I don't even take it off, baby, because when I wake up in the morning, I look like a movie star who's, like on the soap operas where they wake up and they look fantastic, even though they've been sleeping for 8 hours. So now you too can go to bed and wear your lip color if you wish, and wake up with it still on. Of course, I recommend taking the oops and removing it at some point, so you get a nice new fresh layer of color down on that top layer of skin. So oops is very important. So your first collection would be the oops, your color, and your glossy gloss is my recommendation to begin with. From that point, like the rest of us, you'll get excited, you'll get hooked, and you can order as many things as you like. Now, Lucy, you mentioned something earlier. A lot of people want to know, how do I get this for my friends and family? And it was really you wanting to make sure this is available to your friends and family and listeners and community. It's very simple. Remember, I gave that number 431122. Write that down,
Yes.
everyone, because that's going to be very, very important the first time. Now, I'm going to give you two ways that this company works. It's so easy and so fun and so simple. You can either meet with someone like me who has a stock, and you can purchase it directly that way. That's nice and well and good, but remember, it's $60. Wouldn't you rather have it for 20% to 50% cheaper and buy many colors and try everything that's available and try the skincare and try the nail growth, try the lash growth, try the lip plumping? There's lots of other products that Senegence offers. To do a 20 to 50% discount, all you have to do is go to that same Senegence URL, SENEGENCE.com, and go to go to careers and click on sign up. When you sign up, you become what we call a personal shopper. And a personal shopper can get the discounts by paying a $55 fee. Now they're going to tack on a little tax and a little shipping to send you some information. But when you do that, when you have access through your own personal shopping distribution network ID, you can not use the number 431122, but use your own personal number and get everything you order 20 to 50% off. Now, that's a one-time fee, so long as you place an order within 6 months. After 6 months, it will revert, and you'll have to go through some hoops to get it to reactivate, so you don't want to do that. Plus, you'll already be in love with the product so much, you'll be ordering on a regular basis. You'll also be giving away your personal ID number so that when people are buying, your friends, family, strangers, waitresses, people who stop you in the grocery and say, hey, where did you get that? You give them the website, you give them your code number, they order, Senegence then cuts you a check and sends it to you, or credits your account, however you choose. You can decide. So that's a very, very simple thing. We call it our personal shopper club. It's no auto ship. It's no minimums. You don't have to. You're not required to, unless you want to keep it activated. And literally, all you would have to do is order $100 worth of wholesale value. So that means at discount priced value once every 6 months. I don't know. I only have a couple of people who've ever let that lapse. So if you're like the rest of us, you will want these colors, and you will continue ordering, and you'll continue expanding your collection of different things that Senegence has to offer. So it's very, very simple. You don't have to even have your own website should you choose. Lucy, I think this answers your question as well. You can. Senegence is so great. If you want to go into business and really be in business with Senegence, you can create an affiliate website, I think is what they call it. A Senesite is what the name of it is. And that means that they will customize it and put your name across the top and all, welcome to Patty so-and-so's Lipson's Senegence distributorship, and they can order. Senegence will send the product out as if it was your own company, and the monies get exchanged and you get a check. Very, very simple, very, very easy. But of course, you'll have to pay a little bit extra for that. I don't know what the monthly fee is now. It used to be $39.95 a month. You can do that if you wish. If you want to look like you have your own Senesite and your own Senegence website that's personalized, that's all wonderful and great. But if you're like the rest of us, all you want to do is give away that code number, tell people to go to Senegence itself and shop with a distributor, put your code number, and bada bing, bada boom. So for now, everybody who goes, if you can, right now, while you're online with us, you can go in another window to Senegence, SENEGENCE.com, and use this code number if you want to be part of the shopping network right away. You want to get the colors, but you want to get it at a discount. You can go do that immediately by using the number 431122, and you'll see Lucy's name pop up. Say yes and fill out the information and begin your shopper's distributor ID, and then make your first order. Now, the other thing too I want to make everyone aware is that, Lucy, you have an extraordinarily busy life. You have tons of things to do. You have no time to work with people on helping them choose colors. We do, and we're happy to.
Wow.
So you can work with us and get in contact with us. Shall I give them that information right here on the show? or do you want to send that out in an email?
You can send the information right now.
Okay. If you want to find me on Facebook, it's Alan, ALAN .ESCHENBURG, and I'm just plain on Facebook, just Alan Eschenburg. You'll see this mug with a little shorter blonde hair at that point. And I'll be happy to messenger with you. I can send you photos of maybe a color on my hand, and we can choose from there. We'll work with you just like that. If you want to order directly from us the first time, we can make that work as well if that's easier for you. And we'll help you get signed on if that's what the best deal is for you. We'll also help you when you decide, I want to do this with Luci. I want to work with her through her network. I want to work with Alan because he's fun. He's exciting. He knows his stuff. He's really good.
Yes.
Then what I'll do is I will put you in my notifications so that when you take a selfie tomorrow wearing Fly Girl and you post it at breakfast when you stop at Starbucks on your Facebook page or Instagram or whatever it is, then at lunch you say, oh, look, I just had my Caesar salad with, croutons, and my lip color is still there. And then you go to dinner that evening and say, just finished my tiramisu, having a little coffee, a little after dinner drink, and my lip color is still there. You post that on Facebook. Let me tell you, I've got girls who are making a load of money because people are chiming in saying, how do I get this? What color's best for me? And I'll start watching those things, and I'll make a comment if somebody has a question. Like the other day, somebody says, how does this work as a sunscreen? So when I explained that, they were like, okay, Messenger, she told her friend, I'm messengering you my credit card information right now. It was a done deal. So it's very, very simple, very, very easy. We find easy ways of doing it. So it doesn't matter where you are geographically. We'll get it to you. We'll figure out a way to do it. But we're here to support you because we love it, as you can tell. And I love it. I think it's an innovation that's been, I also know the owner very well. I know what the heartache and the passion that she's put into it. It's a great read, $1 Million Lips by Joni. She is an amazing woman. I know her personally. I can vouch for her. And I think she might even say something nice about me once in a while too. But the truth is this is an innovation that has been a long time waiting, and due to advances in chemistry and formulation, they've done an extraordinary job. We're very, very proud to be associated with it. And just for the record, I'm an independent distributor. I do not work for them necessarily. I'm just an independent distributor who's very, very happy, like anyone else who's been using the product. But we're here to help you. We're here to take care of that. Also, if you want to text me at 760-518-8823, that's perfectly fine with me. Bear with me if I don't get back with you right away. I'll get back with you as soon as I possibly can, though. And Luci, I know you're always available. If you get any correspondence, you'll forward that to me as well.
Absolutely. So, Alan, this has been fantastic, and I'm so excited to have a healthier lip choice that I've already been through breakfast. I've already had my tea. I've already drank my water. I had a peach and some cherries for lunch, and my lip color is still on.
It looks amazing. You look amazing.
Yeah. So I fell in love with this when I first started using it, and I'm really excited. It's not like the Coty 24 that's dangerous, that they had to take off the market because of health reasons. It's actually a lip color that you can wear on, you can keep on, and it's not going to harm your lips. It's going to help you beautify yourself. So Thank you for being on the Wealthy Wednesday show. It's been phenomenal.
Thank you. I had a blast. And any questions, as I said, let me know. I'm here.
Absolutely. So we'll put the links of your Facebook name and how people can get a hold of you. And we'll also put the links on the show notes down below so that you'll be able to get your lip color, or you can check out the website and find out if this is a match for you. So until next time, abundant blessings. Thank you for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle. I am the Mystic Wealth Creator. a mentor for conscious women entrepreneurs, helping them create more freedom in their business through conscious wealth creation. I would love to extend to you a free gift. And all you need to do is go to my website at lucimcmonagle.com. That's LuciMcmonagle.com to get your free gift. So until next time, abundant blessings.